Alright, here's my collection of pieces from Panama. Just a collection of pottery and stone tools. Just going to go through piece by piece. Kind of inspired by IamMohawk's video, actually, and just thought it was about time I went through my collection, show the world the pieces I have. So first piece is just this little rim fragment. Thought it was pretty interesting. It's actually got red pigment on there, as you can see, and some interesting etching. Not really etching, but you know, markings made, and lots of parallel lines. Seem to be a popular style from where these pieces are from, actually. You can see it again there. These ones diagonal, and then you've got this line going along the top there. I'm guessing that's the orientation of it. And yeah, these are all quartz tempered. You can actually see some of the pieces, you'll see little bits of shiny quartz peeking through. Once again, red pigment. This is a rim fragment, but much of the rim is actually broken away, so you just end up with that. It's almost a quarter of the circumference though, so it seemed almost like it was can't have really been that wide of a jar. Another piece of pottery with some interesting markings on it. Kind of a herringbone sort of, you know, design. This piece is interesting just because it's not really flat. You might be able to see a marking there, there, and there. I'm guessing that it's, you know, finger indentations from when they were making the pot, because, you know, not made on a wheel, obviously. So just made by hand. That's kind of cool. This gives you a little bit of a better idea of what the rims look like. This one was actually completely broken. It's all stepped down on a trail. Oop, almost broke it again. Yeah, just glued the pieces back together. Try to reconstruct it. It's actually facing down that way, so that's why you're getting all this really dark coloration that's from the soil. And that's the surface that was exposed. It's pretty cool. Alright, this piece may be, I'm not sure, it's the only one I got like this. It looks like some kind of, like a handle, almost. I thought maybe it was like a leg at first, to the bottom of a pot, you know, like kind of a tripod sort of thing, but thinking more like it might be like the handle on something. This is one of my favorite pieces. It's just a fragment with actually shell indentations. That's the edge of a shell that they've just put in a repeating pattern all around the edge of the pot. So that's a cool find. Very awesome. Now into the stone tools. I've got this little kind of chert tool, I guess. Whatever it was, it's really badly damaged now. Probably just they've used it until it wasn't really suitable to be used anymore. So you just end up with this really beaten up looking piece of stone. But lots of flaking along that surface there. Lots of flaking there. Interesting. It's kind of a purplish color, actually. I'm not sure if that's coming through in the video. These three pieces are actually just waste flakes, really. This one's the only one that shows any sign of actual use wear along that surface there, but even then it wouldn't have been anything terribly significant, just maybe a scraper, you know. And then they would have just tossed it away. This is a really interesting piece too. It's kind of purple. with a yellow line running through it. Really nice stone actually. It's got a huge flake knocked out of it right there. And actually this is the surface here and here and here are all ground down, while the rest of it's all just sharp. Almost like they wanted to haft it or have something to hold on to, or yeah, I don't think really that it was, I mean, it's not very practical to hold on to it like that, but not really sure what they were trying to make. It's pretty crude, pretty rough, and it's almost got a bow in it, just even with that flake there, it would still be kind of funny looking. And this one's just a blade core. Really interesting little blade core. Very yellow, as you can see. It's a really nice stone actually. Found that on a beach. None of the original cortex is really there. There's these veins of crystal, but that's about it. Here's a scraper or a cutting tool made out of the same stone. Once again, that kind of crystal vein running through it. It's got a lot of red in there too. It's a really pretty piece. This is a really unusual piece because it's actually been worked on both sides. It's a biface, but it's really dull. Like you can see that, it's almost like it's been ground down, and the end is really impacted. And then you got this flat surface there with some flakes chipped off around it, almost to like reinforce it. I mean, that's what I would do if I wanted to reinforce that surface. So I think it may have been some kind of like a maul, or something that you can hit on one surface. And I'm really not sure what they were using that for, but it's an interesting piece. I haven't really seen anything like it. Almost like a wedge, but it's just it's a little thick, and it doesn't really lead in smoothly. It's just pretty abrupt. Really unusual piece though. And the last piece is, I found this in the middle of the trail. People have probably been walking over it 1,000 times. Nobody had noticed. And yeah, just a really interesting either scraper or just generic cutting tool. It's interesting because actually this is the original surface of the stone before it had been worked. And then you've got the bulb of percussion right here. So that's the original flake surface here. And then these are all direct percussion flakes removed later as they shaped it into the tool. So it's a really nice piece because you can actually track the entire process. So that's a cool find. I was really excited to find that one. So yeah, that's my whole collection.